Hello everyone, thank you so much for being here once again in my channel. Today we have my travel outfit, and I call it my travel outfit because I use exactly the same every time I travel in a long haul flight. So if you are interested to know what it is, just continue watching. Long haul flights, you should be thinking about comfort because you're going to be sitting for long hours on end, traveling in airports here and there. And I consider a long haul flight anything over 7 hours. If you're going to Europe, if you're going to the other side of the world, to Asia, for instance, it's 15 hours. Oof. I should be doing that in the next few months. So I'm going to do this video thinking of something like that, the next long haul flight that I'll be doing, which will be about 15 hours to Korea. If you like my content, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, like this video, and share it with others so that you can help me grow. So, what I would recommend is comfort above all. Very easy hair. Makeup is also very easy. I will do another video with how I do my makeup, which is almost non-existent for when I go to the airport. T-shirt, because the art of traveling in comfort, I find, is layering. And anyone who has some, experience on the subject will tell you that. T-shirt. So get a t-shirt, one that is preferably a color that is not gonna show if it stains. Well, this one is obviously to promote the channel, but or even if it is something neutral, something in a cream. I like this cream one that almost will show no coffee stains or anything like that. Always think that if you, for any reason, get a stain on you, that is not going to show because you may not be able to effectively remove it for a while. So you don't want to be messy. So t-shirt. For the bottoms, do jeans. That's what I would recommend. But do jeans that fit you comfortably, that like these are boot cut, that are long, that are going to protect your legs, and that you can wear without a belt. These are my favorite jeans. They are, I don't remember the brand. I think it's Citizens of Humanity. I think they are, which I got vintage. They're great like this. I can also unbutton, and they're just great. Don't wear a belt. I don't recommend, because unless you do global entry, which I would recommend that you do it. But if you have to go through security, belt usually makes you beep. But also it's an issue of comfort, because the belt, you don't need it. You're going to be sitting for a very long time. Who needs a belt there? So don't use it. Just wear something that is not going to restrict you, and you can move around really easily in. I don't recommend you travel in sweats. Sweats are not a smart travel outfit. A lot of people think of traveling as, I don't know, going to the gym or going to the park. Travel is a social occasion, and you should treat it as such. Yes, you're not dressing to impress, but you're still dressing, and you should, do it formally. Because also think that if there is a problem and seats need to be switched, the girl with the sweats is not going to be picked for the upgrade to premium class or first class, but the girl with the jeans and the smart jacket or sweater will. So like I was saying about layering, the next one would be a sweater. And my favorite one that I always wear in already if the weather is cool when I leave my house, or I take it in my carry-on for the airport, is this. This is the classic V-neck navy cashmere. This is from Eric Bompard, but any sweater would do. I'm not going to put it on now because, you know, it's in the middle of summer here and I'm sweltering as we speak. Something you want to consider is a scarf. I mean, if you're going to a very, very cold weather, then it would be like a wool scarf. But this is a silk scarf or a foulard, because you may never know, you may be cold. You may have to use it as your, to tie your hair, or, you know, to put in the back of the seat so the hair doesn't get too frizzy. You never know. Tons of uses, but I would recommend some kind of foulard. Also, depending where you're going, if you're going to the beach and it's very, very hot, or if you're going to a cold climate where I would be going in November, a hat. A hat is one of your best friends. You can, especially one like this one that doesn't have any structure, and you can put inside your, your manual luggage, your carry-on. This is fantastic because you can wear it on the plane, you can hide yourself there. Let's talk bottoms. And by that, I mean what you put on your feet. For really, really long-haul flights, and for any long-haul flight really, I would recommend you wear compression socks. These are by Sockwell. It's the ones that I always use. Try to get them again in a color that is a neutral. I'm gonna link them below. They have them in every single color and model. And these are a godsend, because I used to get really swollen legs. Because I have very long legs also, I try to always get, the first seat and in a premium class, particularly when I'm going so far away. You just need the leg room if you're not going to die, on the plane, especially if you are, like I said, like me, a long-legged person. So compression socks are a must. Then I would recommend you wear sneakers. Try to use ones that are in a color that matches with the rest of your outfits, that you're going to be wearing in your trip. Usually white is a classic. Also black would be great. These are by Guess. Something that I've learned, don't wear things like this, like with a high top here, like booty style, because you will have to take them off at security. Even if you are, if you have global entry, you will have to take this type of shoe off. So save these ones, wear just the plain flat ones if you don't want to have to dress and undress. Always, always, always a good pair of sunglasses are a must. These are by Juicy Couture. They're quite old, and they're blue, so they match with everything. And I also have, I don't always have a carry-on with me, but I do have my bag or tote bag. I use this one, and yes, I'm a fan of blue, as you can see. This is by Anya Hinchmark. I will link it below if they still have it. This is a very compartmentalized bag. It has places for everything, inside and out. It even has loops here to, tie things in, or even if you want to carry it over your shoulder, because this is more like for hand. This is really a bag to put on top of your carry-on. But it's an essential, I find, for long-haul flights. It's not cheap, but it is something very, very convenient. So that's pretty much my uniform for long-haul flights. Also, jewelry, keep to a minimum. Get some rings, or if you have some bracelets, something that that's not gonna get stuck when you put your sweater on or off. Also, no earrings, something that I have learned, because usually, you have a pillow. I take an inflatable pillow, and the earrings, when you go like that over the pillow, they dig in my ear or my neck. Not good. The last but not least accessory is your coat or your jacket. And that depends of where you're going. But you should always take one. Because if you're going to a very cold climate, like I would be going in November, Seoul is a very cold city in general. So I think I will be taking this. But also, Japan in November, mid to late November, it's going to be cold. So more than likely, I will take this. But it depends on where you're going. If you're going to a summer place, then you may want to take something lighter. But always take a coat or a jacket, because one thing that I have found that airports and planes have in common is cold weather. You can be in Thailand, in Phuket, but if you're at the airport or inside a plane, you're going to be cold. That's something that I have found. So always take a jacket. Like I said, layering, a shirt, or a t-shirt, your sweater on or off, so you can adapt to the situation. So this was it, my travel outfit. I hope it's been useful. In the next video, I'm going to talk to you on how I make myself up for my face, my makeup, when I go to the airport before a very long haul flight. Again, like, subscribe to my channel, share my video, hit the bell. Thank you so much for being here. I shall see you in my next one. Bye.